Hey guys, today we're going to be trying the new Natasha Denona Yucca palette. So there's a ton of videos out there right now. I had this for a minute, but I've been so busy that I haven't been able to sit down, try this on, film a video, and get it up. So I'm doing it. I'm by no means the first or probably last creator to make a video on this palette. And if you're a Natasha fan, this is probably not your first video that you're watching, but I still wanted to sit down and give my thoughts on the palette. I haven't even opened this box, so this will be my first impressions of this palette. I'm assuming with this kind of like color story here and just the design of the packaging itself, it's based after the yucca plant, which is a succulent. I used to live in California. I had a lot of succulents as plants. They were low maintenance. They basically live through anything. The yucca plant is native to the Americas and I think the Caribbean. They'll thrive in dry weather. They'll thrive in humid weather. I traveled with my succulents when I moved from California to Florida. That's just how hardy they were. I ended up having to like retire them because they will just go on for days. So I'm assuming Yucca palette is based on the yucca plant. So yellow, orange, green color story. I like a green when it's done really well. Some of my favorite looks have been green looks, green and yellow looks, when they're the right tone and they blend perfectly, etc. So anyway, let's just hop right into it. Okay, so this does retail for $69. You can get this at Ulta, you can get it at Sephora, you can get it on Natasha's website. The packaging looks identical to the outer carton. All of Natasha's midi palettes like this are removable. You can pop out these shades if you want to rearrange the color story. I don't do any of that. I just don't like to. I don't know why. I just prefer to leave them where they are. So like my palette is kind of untouched. Okay, I'm opening it for the first time. Ooh, some of these shimmers are really pretty. Here's the color story. This one especially is such a beautiful shimmer, and nice that it's not a taupey or green color like these ones, that it's just different, which would pair well with this one. And I didn't actually anticipate there being two oranges. I mean, these might look very similar on the eyes. This one and that one also might look very similar on the eyes. We are gonna swatch this whole thing. But first, let's read a little bit about it on Natasha's website. I will say for this kind of color story for a summer launch, it's really good. The one palette that she had that came out for like winter, which was I think it was the Retro Glam palette. I didn't care for that palette really for the winter time. I thought it was maybe more of a summer launch or just a summer color story. So this says, introducing Natasha's 2023 palette of the summer. The Yucca eyeshadow palette is the perfect balance of green-brown hues for earthy, everyday, or shimmering statement summer looks. The iconic buttery smooth formula provide all-day wear and seamless applications, including 4 new shades in Natasha's latest sparkling foiled formula. Which ones are those? Oh, never mind. You can clearly tell. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are all very foiled. This one looks kind of like her older formula or just a more softer kind of formula. So let's get to swatching this thing, and we're gonna go from top to bottom, left to right. That's how I always do it. I'm gonna do live swatches all the way down my arm for you. So let's start with, oh, okay, I see it now. These all have plant names. I wonder where she lived. Does Natasha live in California? This is Plantasia is the name of this shade. One of them literally says Valley. So I don't know, I'm just thinking maybe she does live in like a dry climate like California or like Southern California. Northern California is not as dry. Okay, this one in Plantasia. It is so chunkity dunkity. Hello. This looks like a duochrome. It kind of is. It has an orange and green shift to it. All right, this next one is a satin, and it's called, I'm gonna butcher most of these names, Calathea or Calathea. This one is so soft. It's like chilling almost. Oh, okay, that didn't go the whole way, so. It's on the softer side, like smoother side. It's a silkier formula than it is powdery. Hello, is this cream? I don't know, that felt like a cream shadow. Okay, I take it back. That one was a cream powder formula. I don't know how many of those there are in here, but that one straight to the touch was a cream powder formula. Some of these I think I can tell. There's like two or three for sure that look like the cream powder. So this one is the cream powder formula. Let's go to the Como Rebi. I don't know. This is another one of her like special foiled metallic shades. I'm gonna definitely want to play with those ones, but this one's really, really pretty. All right, here's another one. I think this one is a standard matte. I'm not even gonna describe the shades. I think you guys can see that. That one's just a lighter, also kind of army green. Let's go to Camu Camu. This one also feels like a powder. This one is a neon green shade. I don't know. That one's not as easy to swatch. It's not holding the pigment, ma'am. Hello. I always do this. I better start getting them closer together, otherwise I'm gonna run out of room. This one's called Tipu, T-I-P-U. This one again is another powder. Couple of swatches on that one. All right, here's another one of her foiled shimmers, and Bellician? I don't even know. Her new foiled shimmer formula feels really good. It makes it kind of exciting. All right, let's go into Valley. This is also another powder. I gotta tell you guys, the powders don't hold the pigment all the way through my swatch. Like this one did, the cream formula, and all of the shimmers do, but every time I pick up a powder one, it's not carrying all the way through. So I think they're more like buildable, which is good. Here's the one in Citrine. So far, all the tones are very different on the greens, which is good, because I don't really like it when there's a ton of shadows that look really similar when you get them to the skin. All right, here's Ray, which is I think her just standard shimmer formula. Yeah, that's on the lighter side for sure. So this is the bottom row. I'm gonna mix it in between some of the other ones. I thought this one was cream, but I could be wrong. I think this one is just powder. This one's called Flax, and I'm going to pop it right here. Yeah, this one's a powder one. See how they don't carry all the way to the end? This one is definitely her cream formula. Ooh, this one doesn't look so good. This one is called Fushi. Let's throw that right here. Yeah, I like the cream ones. Kind of cool. I think we're definitely gonna play with the cream ones. Okay, now I'm gonna keep going down my arm. Here's another one of the foot. Ooh, I love this shade, you guys. Makia, this one is going on the eye. Yes, it is. This is one of her new foiled shimmer shades. Look how beautiful that is. These two, favorite shimmers. Hopefully I'm showing you high enough. This one and this one are my favorite shimmers so far. They're just so beautifully pigmented and have like a nice shift. This one is Ixia. It's another powder. So yeah, only two cream formula shadows in here. They're my favorite so far. So I feel like, I don't know, I want to play with those ones a little bit more. Here's Willow, which is like a nice deep teal shade. That's complimentary. Going to the elbow now. Yeah, I don't like the way the powders swatch. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, there is the full color story. Like I said, nothing looks repeated on this. All of the shadows in like the green family seem to be different shades or different tones of green. The only two here that I see being remotely close are this one and this one. But this one has a yellowish undertone and this one has a brown undertone. So hopefully they translate differently on the eye. If those were the only two shades that looked similar when you got them to the eyes, that wouldn't be a bad deal. I may speed through this. I'm not entirely sure yet. I want to do two looks with this palette. I have not primed my eyes to give this palette a fair shot. Usually when I don't prime my eyes, I don't get any kind of skipping. Sometimes on certain shadows where they're on the powdery side, if I'm laying them on top of powder, they don't always work great. So yeah, I'm not powdering. I'm just going straight onto my bare lids. That's just the way we're gonna do it. If I end up speeding through this, you guys, I'm taking this shade right here and I'm gonna go in the inner corner, and then I'm gonna take this cream one in the outer corner, and one of these shimmers is gonna go in the middle. I think that's how we'll do it. I will zoom you guys in. This is an attempt at like a decent halo eye. And I think that I'll do this dark green. Well, I shouldn't call it dark green, but like that willow shade on the bottom. I mean, there's lots of things you could do with this palette. More so, I think, than what I found with the Retro Glam. For whatever reason, I kind of struggled. I didn't like pairing all of the shades together. Look how nicely pigmented this one is. Okay, I want to leave it like that. Then I'm going to take a thicker packer brush and I'm going to go into that Calanthea cream shade, and I'm going in the outer corner. I don't know if it's better yet to pick up this with a brush or to pick it up with your finger, because I've never played with a cream shadow from Natasha. In fact, I don't feel like she's put a cream shade in her palettes in a while. If I'm wrong, you guys tell me. I know that she used to do it in like some of her larger ones. I just haven't seen any in a lot of her more recent releases. I think I'm gonna take this one higher than the green and see if I can't just make it like a swoop. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I kind of had a plan, but not entirely. Okay, so this Maquia shade is going right here. And then I think I'm just gonna take like a smaller brush and blend these two together with that neon camu shade, like so. And then I'm gonna build up the outer corner just a little bit more, I think, with this packer brush. I just wanna make sure that these shades are blended nicely. I'm actually gonna take that little one again and just kind of blend these two together, like so. Okay, I think that's it. I think I need to just quit messing around with this. I think that looks good. I am going to go on the bottom lash line with this shade in Willow here. I think that'll look cool. I don't know, maybe it won't. Yeah, now that I'm getting this one on the eye, does it really look that different than the Cathia shade? Not entirely, no. Okay, maybe a little bit of difference. This one definitely has like a bluish, more true, like pine green. I don't know what I'm saying, pine green. And this one maybe has a little bit more like forest green, a little bit more brown in it. I actually think I want to take that camu shade, smoke out the bottom line. I don't know. I don't want to go too crazy. Let's take that Como Rebby shade in the inner corner. So that was it. I didn't experience any issues with any of those shades. I did only use 4 shades, but they all seem to blend together really nicely. I'm gonna stare at this for a second and think about what color story and what eye look I wanna do on the other eye. I'm pretty sure I wanna do another cream shade because I don't know, that formula was really nice and I enjoyed it. But this is going on the eye. And I think that I'm going to do my standard look, which is I'm just gonna deepen up the outer corner because I want this shade here to be much more prominent on the lid. So, okay, I thought about it for like 2.5 seconds. I'm gonna take Valley all over, Fuchsia's going in the crease, and then Flax is gonna go in the outer corner, and then this shade right here is gonna go all over the lid. That's what we're doing. I don't know about the lower lash line yet. I will see once I get the shades onto my eyes. So let me clean off a pretty fluffy blending brush and let's go into Valley. Please don't be patchy, please don't be patchy. Oh, good. Yeah, I like this. Man, I've been dealing with some really patchy matte shades lately that haven't been blending the greatest, and I'm like, is it me? And then you get shades like this or quality like this that you do it 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're like, no, it's not me, it's the shadow. It's done. I don't need to build a transition any more than that. So let me go into more of a crease brush now, and then let's go into Fuchsia, I don't know. And it's the cream one. And see if I can get it into the crease on this kind of brush. I used a much more dense brush last time, the Packer brush, to put that other cream shade in the outer corner. So I don't know if this will pick up. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it picks up the same. I think you have to kind of use your finger or a much more dense brush on these cream shades. I'm digging in here pretty hard, but I think that's the nature of cream shadows. It's pretty. Let's go into Ixia, which is the powdery orange, into the crease. Yeah, that's better. It's just easier to blend. I think the cream shades are really nice for packing in like the outer corner, but I think that's pretty much it. I don't think that they're meant for blending. So getting those ones to the lid really didn't have a huge difference, like between the Valley shade and the Ixia one on my skin tone. It's still beautiful. I'm just saying, like, the orangey shades just don't have as much depth as the green ones. I'm going into Flax in the outer corner. Whoa, okay. That one is pretty pigmented. This is the kind of shade I worry about getting patchy, but I'm going in with that same Packer brush. I just cleaned it off a bit. I really don't want to move this around too much. I will blend it in with a different brush. Actually, aren't those really pretty together? Ooh, I thought I was gonna hate this shade because it's like this muddy, I don't know, it's like a muddy shade. I'm actually gonna go back into that, where's this brush? The Ixia shade, and kind of smoke out the outer edges on this. I just want it on the outer edges. I really don't want this brown to diffuse too much. That would kind of suck. Okay, here we go. Going back into the brown shade because I think it is kind of over blending just slightly. Okay, I will clean up a little bit, but let's blend this shade just ever so slightly up here to kind of marry those two together. Please don't over blend. I will cry. Now we're going into the Plantasia one. That's a fun name. That's the first one I swatched here. I'm really excited to use this one. You know what? Instead of my finger, let me see how this picks up on just a lid brush. The shade is very crumbly. It's the crumbliest of them all. You know what? I was wearing a shimmer really similar to this today, actually, from the new Odin's Eye palette. Well, the Jewels and Gem one. Very, very similar to this. It's the green orange shift. Yeah, okay. I really like that. Okay, so I thought about it for another 2.5 seconds, and I'm gonna take orange. This Ixia one, is that Ixia? No, I'm gonna take this one all over lower lash line. I think is what I want it to look like, because I covered a lot of the orange, and I would like not only to add some back, but just give it more orange on the outer edge. I think it'll look good. And I'm just gonna use that one shade. And am I gonna go into the inner corner? Actually, I am. I'm gonna go into the inner corner with her normal standard shimmer formula called Ray. And I think that's it. So we have to put on some lashes with this super vibrant eye look. Well, I have to put on some lashes. So let me do that, and then we'll come back and I'll give my final thoughts on this. Okay, we are back. I threw a mint eyeliner in this eye, and I threw a brown one in this side. I did apply a little bit of mascara to the bottom lashes. I did put on some black eyeliner. That just seemed to work for the eye look. So yeah, totally and completely done. 2 looks. Here are my final thoughts. I adore the fact that there are different shimmer formulas in here than her standard ones that she's done in most of her other palettes. I like that she threw in 2 cream shades. I think that was cool. I liked the added bonus of the cream shades. I don't think any of the green tones are the same, so you get variety. I didn't like the fact that these 2 very, very similar shades, but also these 2 are very, very similar shades. I wish there was a little bit more variety in the oranges, but I guess that's okay. I also like the fact that there are 4 of the new metallic foil formula instead of, like, you know, I just threw in 1 or 2, but out of 5, 4 of them are the new formula. The quality on everything was really good. Everything blended tremendously together. You've got light shades, you've got fun shades like this one, You've got deepening shades. That is it in a nutshell. That's a wrap on all of my thoughts. If you're into this color story, this is a good palette to get. Variety is there, nice shimmer formula, blendability is there. That's it. That's all you can really ask for. Only thing I'm gonna add is that this is maybe not a color story that you can wear every day. I don't look at this and think that there are shades in here that I could tone down for work. So that's it. I mean, I think that if you like playing with colorful shadows and you like this kind of color story, it's a really good palette. Quality is there. Like I said, variety is there. Shimmer formula is there. So fun, good quality, variety. That's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my review. I know that this is probably not the first one that you've seen, but these are my first impressions, and sometimes it's just fun to hear somebody else's take on, or a review on a palette, or just a makeup product in general. I put this gloss on so thick, you guys, it's like, I just threw on my Fenty glass slipper. Anyway, hopefully I'm not like talking away here and there's just a bunch of nonsense happening. That's it for me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you're not a current subscriber, and I hope you guys consider subscribing, I am out of here, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.